blessed beings. Cheryl Fuller with Spiritual Wealth here. How is everybody doing today? Of course, I'm super excited. Today is Tuesday. I did think about doing a 2-cup quantum leap today, but I decided to talk about leaving our bodies is going to be the discussion today. And then also just so much more we're going to get into. We will be doing a Reiki candle for joy. And I have been waiting for this candle. It is the last Reiki candle I have. I have to go re-up. But I have just been waiting for this candle. I'm saving this candle. I thought it is Christmas Eve today when I'm filming it. I don't know what day it will be when you watch it. But I just want to have an awesome discussion today. It's going to be beautiful. But first, let's go ahead and take some deep breaths, connected heart center, and anchor in into our heart space. And we will do a clearing as well today. I always like to clear and start with a nice Palo Santo. That way, if you're just kind of starting your day and you haven't had time to kind of take a minute to yourself and just kind of take some deep breaths, just say, I surrender and delete all programs and beliefs that no longer serve me for my greatest higher of good. Call in and connect to your guidance system crew. Call in and connect to your higher self. Thank you so much for being here, guys. If you are new to my channel, I do talk about the laws of attraction, taking positive action, which ends in success and satisfaction, and so much more. Let's get it. I'm super excited because I felt like yesterday was kind of an opening, kind of just like an opening. And as we kind of go to the kind of, I don't know why I always say kind of, but as we go, we're ending the year. It's ending now, and we are all stepping into, I feel like, just a completely new realm. 2020, I believe, is going to be probably one of the most amazing years for all of us, especially you watching, and you've joined my channel, and you've joined the Thrive Tribe. That's what I'm all about, is thriving. And so if you haven't joined yet, please do. If you're feeling the vibe, hit subscribe and join the Thrive Tribe. Woo woo. I don't know why I said that, it was random. But I feel like it's kind of been, we've been doing so much healing and so much kind of releasing, probably through 2015, probably even 12 to now. And not only that, we have just been kind of like, I don't know if you guys remember, depend upon your age, but like those toys that we would, those like motorcycles that you would wind up, or the cars that you would wind up, or the ones with the rubber band. I kind of feel like it's that, in a sense, the everything that we've kind of, all of our desires we've been putting out there, just everything. I just feel like we've been winding up, and in 2020 I feel like we're going to release that, and it's just going to be like, whoa, for everybody out there. I just feel like it's going to be a huge of just like a wash of just like so many people awakening and standing into their power. I really do. I feel like 2020 is going to be a huge just a collective consciousness, just huge, as far as all of us just kind of collaborating together and actually working in harmony with creating what all our desires for everybody. I also have chosen my favorite affirmations for the year, and I'm going to be sharing that with you, possibly doing a Focus Wolf Friday with that. I have fun with that. It's kind of really a down to earth Focus Wolf Friday. If you haven't checked those out yet, please do, because they are very helpful and they do help me. I do want to talk about getting into our discussion. I will be doing Cheryl's Secrets today too. I do want to talk about things that have happened in my life, my own experiences, not something I've read, not something I've looked up, but my actual own true experiences. And I am going to, just in case my mom or my dad or anybody may be watching, family, just don't let this upset you at all, because it's all said and done. But there was a time in my life where I did have unexplained, like, I don't know how to describe it, unexplained jumps. Maybe you have two. Somewhere, somehow, where you were supposed to die and you didn't, and you came back and you did have amnesia and you don't remember. I've had that happen to me in this life right now. I've had that happen to me, as far as I can recall, 3 times. So I want to go into the first time that it happened. I was a young girl, not too young, but I was pretty young, and I don't remember how old I was. That's how young I was. But we used to go out to the beach here where I live, and we used to go ride motorcycles, 3-wheelers. Back then it was 3-wheelers, and then we got quads later on. Well, I was on the back of a 3-wheeler with my dad, and it had been raining. It had been raining over there for a long time. And we were riding and we jumped. It was like really in the back of the dunes. And we jumped and we hit, and it was like cement. It was like cement when we hit that sand. It was like a kind of like a cliff snow dune. It was like a cliff sand dune, and he didn't realize it. And it seemed like I was kind of even maybe asleep part of the ride. I was really tired for some reason. But I remember jumping that, and I remember feeling that it felt like cement, like I felt like I hit cement, and then I don't remember anything. And it was like I don't remember anything until I came to. It seemed like I came back into my body, and I still didn't remember, but we had just got a 110. My brother and I had got a 110 to share, and I remembered that, and I started kind of collectively remembering things, and I felt like that was one of those moments that are unexplained. I don't really know. Does that make sense? I don't know if I quantum jumped. I don't know if I just kind of, a part of me, my consciousness left my body for a minute. I don't know. I have no idea. So it's unexplained, and you probably have some of those moments too, where they're unexplained moments that you're like, I don't know what happened. And then there's another one where I was a teenager and I was going through some hard times. My parents were going through divorce and all that jibbity jazz, and I was taking it pretty hard, along with just teenagers crap. And so I remember I left this house we were all kind of partying at, and I left the house, and there was a train track near, and there was a train coming, and I ran in front of that train, and I was just like, I was like screaming. I was just like done with life. And then I was in a phone booth. All these years, I couldn't figure out like what had happened, why there's this time where I couldn't remember. Not only am I in a phone booth, but I'm in the phone booth in the middle of a conversation with my cousin, and it seemed like 2 seconds she was there in her car. And so these are unexplained events to me that I have no idea what happened. It seems like I have been kind of going back to those moments and seeing, and then I kind of get maybe a little feared by what I've seen or whatever, but I am curious as to what happened and why did I end up in a phone booth, and how am I telling my cousin where I'm at when I have no idea where I was at. I still don't know where I was at. I still don't know how she got there. It's the most, I don't know. So I just thought that I completely forgot, or I didn't know. So anyways, that was an unexplained event, and I really feel like I quantum jumped. I feel like I quantum jumped, or whatever label we want to put on it. I don't know. But anyways, and then the next time was when a drunk driver actually hit my ex-husband and I on our honeymoon, and I totally have, once again, I do not remember. I remember her pulling out, and I remember her pulling out to go past, and we were right there, and I remember saying, "What the?" And that's all I remember. I feel like that was another moment that I had quantum jumped, or I had left my body, whatever the case may be, because I was coherent and talking to people, but I do not remember talking to them. So that's where I'm like, okay, hey, and if you guys have some answers or some you would like to, please leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts are on it, or if you've experienced some things like that similar to that. But I do remember when I did come back into my body after the head-on collision. It was a 130-mile-an-hour impact collision. Like, we should not have lived, either of us. We should not have lived. And and we were like, up on our side, and it was a really bad accident. The jaws of life had to come and saw my ex out of the car, and it was really traumatic. I was 21. I was pretty young when it all happened. But I do feel like a part of me left my body. I know a part of me left my body, but I'm just wondering, how was I coherent? How was I still talking and having conversations? I kept telling the nurse that over and over and over, which enough to where she was irritated by the time I did come back into my body and realized, I didn't even know really, but she said, "You've already told me you remind me of your Aunt Jeanette," because I kept saying, "You remind me of my Aunt Jeanette. You remind me of my Aunt Jeanette." She's like, "You've told me that 3 times." And I'm like, "I did?" Because I did not remember. And so I think those are moments where we kind of leave our body. And I actually, the craziest thing is I was thinking about this conversation, and it actually happened to me last night, because I do feel like when we are sleeping, we are doing a mixture of things. I feel like sometimes we are having dreams, and that's actually our other lives that we're living, our other sometimes when we're dreaming, it could be alternate spaces we've created. I think, and other times when we're dreaming, I think we're all together, like just in a different world. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had like dreams where you're just like with all your family, it's dark, and you're talking but you're not talking? I feel like our spirit, our consciousness, our part of us is leaving our body, and we are out visiting and seeing people and talking with each other, possibly even us, whoever's watching. I believe in all of that stuff, because there's just too many unexplained events. There's too many unexplained things that have happened. So this morning, I was kind of in and out of waking up, because I've been really working on getting up really early and making a video and getting it out, early to you guys. And this morning I was kind of a little groggy, and I didn't get up as early as I wanted to, but I had a dream right before I woke up the last time that I was walking in and seeing a couple sleeping. As I woke up, I realized that was me, that was my husband and I. So I totally believe in that. I know I've read lots of books with Sylvia Brown where she talks about how we leave like our body like 3 or 4 times a week, possibly even more these days. I don't know, but I feel like it's more. But anyway, so that was the discussion for today. There is even there's so many unexplained things that have happened. I'm going to share one more because it's actually involved my entire family and I. So we kind of have this room that I always do my videos in pretty much. And then we have like another room in there with a kitchen and like another living area where you can sit and watch TV and stuff. Well, one day my husband, my son, and I, we were in this room. This was just recently. And my daughter was in the living room watching, she likes to, anime. She likes to watch anime. She was in there watching anime. And I look up and I see the back of my daughter. Don't trip out. I seen the back of my daughter walking down the hallway. And I was like, what the hell? I just heard her in the living room. So I said, "Sis, did you just walk down the hallway?" She goes, "No, I haven't moved. I've been in here the whole time. I haven't left in here." And I looked up and I said, "All right, well, I'm tripping out because I just seen a version of her walking down the hallway." And I'm thinking, I'm freaking losing it. And my son, or my husband, I don't remember who it said at first, they go, "I seen it too." Both of them seen it. Not just me, it was my husband and my son. We all 3 seen a version of my daughter walking down the hallway when she was in the living room. So, if you guys have had any crazy shit like that happen to you, please leave a comment below as well. There's just too many unexplained things that are happening. So they're talking about like all these dimensions that are like all coming together. And so if you've like now, so maybe that's why some unexplained things. So like all the dimensions are kind of like, just kind of, there's another unexplained crazy ass picture. My brother-in-law has been in a band before in the past, and he just so happens, there's a picture of him that looks just, identical to him, like same eyes, like same everything. Literally he doesn't even know like how it cannot be him. That's the only reason how we know it's not him is because he doesn't have that type of shirt and the hat on that the person was wearing. But it looks identical to him, to where Eric, his own brother, thought it was him. I thought it was him. My kid thought it was him. He thought it was him, but he knew it wasn't him. Those, to me, that is him in a different dimension because he used to live here and he used to play in a band, and so I just think that is a different version of him playing out in a different dimension. All right, guys. Oh, that was so much information, and I'm just kind of like getting things out here and there as we talk, and hopefully you guys are resonating with it. That's another really awesome one. If you're resonating with it, or if you're watching this video, that means you were ready. Ready means resonate. And so I love that. So anyways, cheers. Cheers to the new year. I don't know why I feel so excited about the new year. And I feel not only just excited for me, I just feel excited for all of humanity, like everybody. Like I just feel some amazing, awesome things. Pulling for Cheryl's secret. That's funny, dude. I can't believe this. I can't even believe this. This is so weird, dude. It's so weird because I'm going to tell you something. So I know it might seem like I like plan on coordinating stuff, but I literally don't. That's what kind of trips, that's really trips me on, I guess, kind of. But like, so, I mean, that's not like set up what I pull for that, and sometimes what I read, or like the other day when I pulled that, and then I pulled the infinite. It's just weird. So this one was what freaked you out the most during your spiritual growth. So let's see what freaked you out the most during your spiritual growth. I almost think I kind of probably went there. If something comes up, I will address that. But if I would like to ask that to you guys, what freaked you out the most during your spiritual growth, and go ahead and leave a comment below. I would love to hear it, along with, I'm sure, other people would as well. All right, I want to go ahead. I don't know how I'm going to do these, but I'm going to go ahead and just start off with a couple of affirmations that are my favorite. I'll probably try to separate them, but these are like just my favorites. I'm loving and appreciating my every moment and my every move I am. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing my favorites with you throughout the rest of this year. I love and appreciate everything we co-created with God and infinite intelligence, which I do have a bunch of information that I want to share with you on infinite intelligence. So I'm super excited to do that video. I love and appreciate right now, this month, this day, each and every way. I love myself and others unconditionally. Another one of my favorites. All right, I think I'm going to stop there, and I will share those throughout the... Well, I'm not going to make any promises because it seems like every time I make plans, they muff up. So I'm going to just put a maybe on that, but because there's quite a few. I may just do a couple and then do the focus wheel for that. Let's get into our candle. I'm so excited. This smells so good. I've been smelling this candle. It's got in my little drawer here, and it's been smelling so good. So I'm ready. So we are going to surround and protect ourselves with the divine white magical light. Yes. I've snipped it, and in meditation I did feel into the energy. Of course, we can do that again for you guys. Whew. Oh my God, that feels so good. Do it. All right, let's go. Get my glasses on. This writing is just so tiny, you cannot read it. All right, here we go. Deep breath in and out. We're going to connect at heart center. How's everybody doing through the holidays? Miss my mom. Shout out. Miss my brother and my nieces, shout out. And everybody else, shout out. Merry Christmas, guys, it's almost here. Merry Christmas Eve. All right, Connected Heart Center. Let me discover pure joy in my being, allowing happiness and laughter to flow freely through my life and into the lives of those around me. Let me discover pure joy in my being, allowing happiness and laughter to flow freely through my life and into the lives of those around me. Let's go ahead and anchor that in. Let's anchor in some joy through the holidays and going into the new year. Let me discover pure joy in my being, allowing happiness and laughter to flow freely through my life and into the lives of those around me. Feels good. Feels really good, guys. Feels so good. So I actually want to talk about one more thing before we go. Have you ever like been talking to somebody and like all of a sudden you like randomly have like this weird ass accent that you don't have any idea or unexplained? I've done it in some of my videos. There was one video I did it really bad just recently, and I didn't end up publishing it out there, but that's something that that is also kind of unexplained stuff that is fun. But anyways, guys, I think we did it for today. Have an awesome, awesome day, and have a happy, not a happy New Year yet, but a happy Christmas Eve tonight. I know probably lots of family visits and all that jazz. I know same for me. All right, guys, peace out. Show fuller spiritual wealth.